We have long waited for this moment, and I am excited as much as I know that you all are excited to be on the call today. All right. Let me quickly put up this. Okay. So, Emmanuel, please confirm if my screen is visible at your end.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Okay, good. So once again, welcome to every one of you. It's a pleasure to have you all on the call today. We are kicking off in earnest with our 12 weeks summer program, and this is not the first, neither is it the second. This is actually the third of its kind, and it is bigger and better this year. And in the course of discussion and interaction today, you're going to get to know why it is bigger and better. And that's because we keep the world is evolving, right? And the world is advancing, and we cannot be doing the same thing first time, second time. There has to be an improvement. There has to be something much more to give, right? So you'd get to understand that in the course of our interaction today. Okay, so Mercy or Emmanuel, please ensure we have the attendance link in the form link in the chat room. So please, if you're on the call, do well to fill up the attendance for us as well. Okay, so I had to do the introductions from the beginning before we started the call. So I've seen where you're joining from. We have people joining from Ghana. We have people joining from Kenya, people in Nigeria, all over Nigeria, and more would be joining this call. Okay, so let's go straight to introduce ourselves. Now, some of you are on the call for the first time in Transformation College program, and it would be very important that we introduce ourselves properly and for you to understand what we do at Transformation College and who we are. So Transformation College is an NGO and a college that offers national diploma certificates to be it SSC graduates, NYSC members, university graduates, and professionals in other fields of study who wish to diversify their skill set and knowledge within Nigeria and beyond. As a matter of fact, within across Africa. Okay, and our courses are sure to provide our students with practical knowledge and expertise in their chosen courses. Now we have an array of courses we that has been benefiting, okay, our students starting from 2023 when we started this program, and we have not stopped. And these courses include, we have certificate in entrepreneurship and business management, we have certificate in software development, software application development and cybersecurity. We have certificate in English language and communication skills. We have certificate in Microsoft 365 Copilot. We have a diploma in digital marketing with Google. We have certified AI business analyst course. We have certified AI and automation specialist course. And we have, of course, a diploma in ISO management system, business analysis, and project management, which is what we are kicking off today. And we also have a diploma in AI and machine learning, which will be kicking off next week as well. So our parent courses are the business administration and computer science courses. And the rest that I've mentioned earlier are, courses tailored for by our college to cater for other areas or disciplines as the case may be. And guess what? Our courses or our studies are tuition free. And I know that as many of you are on the call today, you are already aware of that from the ads, from the conversations, either from through phone calls or wherever you've seen, and you can attest that our programs are tuition free. All it requires you to do is to pay a token registration fee. Now, call it registration fee or call it commitment fee. We all do know that whenever there is a form of commitment, then you would actually stay through through the course of the program to the end of it. So call it commitment fee. I think it sits well better that way, commitment fee. So you can actually be part of the program and see it through to the end. Okay, now our mission is raising a generation of highly skilled professionals. And our vision is to be the #1 tuition-free educational institution in Africa for equipping people with transformational knowledge, skills, and capabilities. And we are passionate about this. And in the course of this program, you will understand why we are passionate about this. The way we deliver our classes, this is different from what you get out there. It is practical, intensive. So we must advise that, okay, when you're joining our classes, it's often important to, have your systems with you, because when it's time for practicals, you'd be able to, engage in some practical activities. All right. And then our core values are knowledge, excellence, and skills. So, ladies and gentlemen, why study at Transformation College? #1 is for you to obtain a national diploma certificate after your 2 years of study, and of course, obtain a Microsoft certification. You've seen the list of courses that we have, and we have some Microsoft courses involved, right? And so we also have an affiliation with Microsoft that gives you an opportunity to also take some Microsoft certification exams while you're studying at Transformation College. And of course, this is very important, and the most interesting part of it is that you graduate with a 2-year work experience. What do we mean by this? While you're working at Transformation College, you have the opportunity of, going for internship and working with our industry partners while you're still studying. And by the time you're done with your studies, you'd be graduating with years of work experience, which is great. And then, of course, we have a couple of our students whom we have recommended to our industry partners for full-time employment. Now, what gives us the confidence to recommend our students is because we are confident of the kind of skills we have impacted in them throughout their course of study. And that's why we are confident to recommend them, because we know they would represent us greatly at these organizations, as the case may be. So yes, this is one extra great privilege that our students enjoy for being in the class with us or studying at Transformation College. Okay, yes, I see your hands up. We will come to that in due time. Okay, so for this program, we have not closed the registration. We are still on with the registration. And so please do well. Emmanuel, you can share this registration link in the chat room. So do well to share and have your friends whom you feel will benefit from what we're doing to still register for this program. Registration is ongoing. And now, here is the program deck of what we have prepared for you for the course of this program. And I know in the next, when the proprietor comes on board, would be able to throw more light on what we have prepared for you. But this is what this program is going to be all about, right? From the beginning to the end, and the sessions that we have, all right? And also the AI program is still, registration is still ongoing. And like I said, this was kick off in earnest next Saturday, but we do have these people on the call as well. All right, so please feel free to share the link and have people who will benefit from this program to join us in due time as they register for the program. And this is what we have prepared for the students come the AI class resumption next week as well. Okay, so we're going to look at highlights from our previous or past summer program. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, we had started in 2023. That was our first cohort. And guess what? We had about 910 registered students, okay? But how many were able to pull through to the end of it? We had 89 students who graduated. So it is no jokes, it is serious and intensive, and it only will take people who are determined, who have the intrinsic motivation to go from the start to the finish of the program. And for this cohort, I know, I feel it within me that we have more serious-minded students or participants on the call who will start this program and see it to the end of it. Okay, now going to, okay, so we have a few, except from the first cohort. Okay, so yeah, so that is for that. And then the second cohort in 2024, guess what? We had 600 registered students and then 136 students graduated. That's a good improvement from the previous one, as you can see. So 89 graduated from the first cohort. And then the second cohort, we have 136 graduates. So the question is, are we going to have 300 students or participants graduating this year, 2025? Let me see in the chat room. Do you think we're going to hit 300 graduates for this program? Let me take a look in the chat room. Okay. So give me the motivation. Okay. Are we going to have about 300 graduates or participants graduating from this program this year? Okay. 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 Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, good. Good. Okay. All right. So fine and good. So we're very optimistic that we would have over 300 graduating from this year's program. Okay, so we have these are excerpts from the past program that we had. All right. So we're going to hear from just two of our alumni who had attended the first and second cohort to share, or we're going to hear them speak about their experience from the first and second cohort. So let's hear from the first graduate from our first summer program. Please, Emmanuel. Okay, is this loud enough now? Please confirm before I continue playing.
College and the entire team. Thank you for bringing in seasoned trainers who took us through courses.
Is this loud enough, Emmanuel?
Yes, it's better than what you played
Okay.
the other time.
Okay, good. All right, so let's go.
It's been a rewarding experience with Transformation College and the entire team. Thank you for bringing in seasoned trainers who took us through courses on the IOS standards, personal empowerment program, business analytics concept. Thank you so much for investing of giving of your resources. I am a product of your investments. So
Hello, madam.
grateful.
Good morning.
You are indeed committed to unlocking
Yes.
Africa's
Okay,
intellectual
good, good. All right, good. Let's hear from the other participants.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan George, a graduate of Business Intelligence Analysis from the Transformation College of Business and Technology. As the name implies, this college has transformed my professional and business life in areas of business psychology, business and professional etiquette, as well as business innovation using tools and technology and artificial intelligence to optimize production output and minimize as well as mitigate the risk in the business environment. I implore you to take advantage of the skill sets offered by Transformation College of Business and Technology, as their tuition fee is literally zero. Yet, it comes with decades of experience from the best hands across various industries in the fields of business, leadership, and economics. Take advantage of this course at Transformation College of Business and Technology. Then you can pour back to the business, leadership, and economic environments in Nigeria, in Africa, as well as the world at large. Thank you very much.
All right, so you've heard from them. This is their testimonies, and we had quite a number of them, but because we have to maximize our time today, we had to just select one each from the two past cohorts, right? So please, we are using this to encourage every one of you on the call. Ensure you drive through to the end of this program from start to finish. It is not going to be easy, but it will be worth your time. It will be worth your time. So brace up for it. Get ready whenever it is 9:30 a.m. See to it that you are ready on Saturdays to join the call and drive through with us on this program from start to finish. Okay, so at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be hearing live from one of our distinguished alumni whose story is one that would go a long way to really inspire you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on Mrs. Wabuako Ebeleju. Thank you so much for joining us, madam, on the call. All right, please go ahead to unmute yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put a round of applause in the chat room. She's joining us live today, and we'll be hearing from her in a jiffy. Madam, it's over to you now.
Thank you very much, Edith. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Please confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear, I can hear you.
Thank you. Okay, let me enable my video. And can you see me? Sorry,
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure joining. Transformation College has really transformed my life in the word of, the last speaker. When you called me to talk about this, I asked myself, where am I going to start from? Sorry, I'm on my way to an examination hall, so I may not look the part now, So
Thank you very much.
I got to know Mr. Orlando actually because I got information that I was looking to changing jobs, and a senior friend who is a friend to Mr. Orlando linked me to him and said, "Oh, I know you can do this. He's looking for someone who can do X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z." And in my normal go-getter mentality, I said, "Yes, I can do it." And I met with Mr. Orlando. Fast forward, I'm sure people may be saying, "Okay, yes, she got the job." I didn't get the job from Mr. Orlando. I did not. But guess what? When I got the feedback, he had some concerns, that there may be some gaps and may not allow me to deliver efficiency, looking at what he's what he's aiming at, I may not be able to fit in. I sat down and I was trying to look at it. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Wabuako Ebeleju, and I am a lawyer, and I've been a lawyer for 14 years. I'm also a mother. I have 4 children. I stay in the busy city of Lagos, so you will know why I'm saying this story, why I'm saying this later on, in my discussion. So I met with Mr. Orlando and he declined offering me that job. So I went back and I sat down and began to check what's going on. Why this does not really resonate with the kind of person I am. I am this person, I can do it, hit the ground running, even when it's a novel area. But I discovered that he had concerns in some areas. And I took it upon myself. Let me go back and look at what this could be. I went back, I made some research, and I saw, okay, who Mr. Orlando is, what he represented, and all of that. And truthfully, it was all strange. I was like, what is IS? What is, I don't understand that? What does, And it didn't just really resonate with me at that time. But in my knowledge, my quest for always wanting more knowledge, wanting to expand my knowledge base and all, I said, okay, you know what? I reached out to him. I told him, okay, sir, I want to be part of trainings, classes, that thing that I did not have. I want to have it, and that was the beginning. I got the link to joining that training. When I saw it, like I said, I'm a lawyer. Ideally, when you see business analysis, and you're saying ISO, I'm like, what is ISO, business analysis? Does it really, apply to me? You know, People will be thinking when you talk about law, is everything that is stricto sensu law, that a lawyer would, normally gravitate towards. But I looked at it, I said, okay, you know what? Let me go for this. And I went for it. Trust me, it wasn't a smooth sail, you know, all my itinerary, my weekdays can be really, really tight, and my weekend can be worse. So it wasn't convenient, but I made up my mind to saying I want to get the best out of this. Whatever juice I can extract from this, I know I'll be able to apply it in some way to it. I didn't know how at the moment, but I just went for it. On days where I missed the lectures, I will go back, I'll play it, I'll ask myself questions. And at the end of the day, I wrote the exam, and fast forward, I was given my certificate. And that was, I started trying to be present online. I started blowing the certificates in people's faces, you know, a lawyer having certifications in the business areas is not something that you regularly come across. No. When you talk about LLM, you talk about some other things, we say yes, that is what a lawyer would normally want to do. But this was entirely different. So, like I said, I was looking to changing jobs and all until I got this role. And of course, it's a big company. It was a PLC, and they were looking to fill the role of first. It was even a compliance officer. It wasn't something too major. But I just said, okay, let me go for it. But at the end of the day, I had this interview with them, had interview with management, and it came back. I think like 2 days later, the HR called me. Hey, is this so and so? Yes. Okay. Um, we have heard from you. We have seen your certifications and all, but we don't think we want to leave you as a compliance officer. There is actually the head of legal role that is open. And with what we see, we think you can fill it in. You can feel it. I'm like, oh, really? Why? Of course now. There's a bigger opportunity. Why not? And then I started negotiating. So the point is, this certification moved me, like I'll say like 4 steps higher than where I initially applied for, you know. And fast forward to, I got an impromptu call, board of directors, and all were on the call. And the negotiation started. And they said, what distinguishes you? We have so many people that have even applied for this head position. I normally, if you look at, yes, I've been a lawyer for 14 years, but my qualifications may not still have matched, that opening. Because when you tell people 14 years, you see people of 16 years, 17 years, 18 years applying. But me, I think I was just clocking maybe 13 years that time. I was not going to be qualified, you know. So, but by the time I started making my point, when Bible says, bring forth your strong reasons, I brought, my strong foot forward. And I told them, look, I am a lawyer with a difference. It's not just about, I don't look at, the legal frameworks alone. A business must operate in the legal environment. But how many lawyers can go further to say, in addition to the legal environment, this is how you should handle your business. These are the risks your business is exposed to, and then I when I browsed online, I saw that the company was even QMS certified now 9001. I was like, oh yes, you know. And so that was what I did. I just leveraged on the certifications I got from Transformation College, and I brought that as my strong reason. And it's really swayed people in my direction. Like, okay, this person doesn't look like she has gotten the 16 years, 15 years post-call experience. But you see these certifications, you can hardly see a lawyer saying I'm a certified business analyst, or I have certifications in this standard. How many lawyers even know what these standards are really about? And that was how I bagged the job. That's just in a nutshell. It was a whole lot of drama. But at the end of the day, yes, there is the God factor of it. Not, of course, remember, Bible says, show me your faith without your works, I will show you my faith with my work. Everything you're hoping you want to get higher, you have to put in the work. So I will implore everybody to take out the best, maximize this opportunity. Like the last speaker said too, it is literally free. I was amazed when, at the end of the day, I said, you mean I paid this token? In fact, I don't see that as payment, compared to what I eventually got out. And so as it is now, I even have a good problem, So I'm looking at even moving again. And by the time I'm moving, I'm having this option, Which one am I going to go for? Someone just called me again. I came out from the exam hall on Wednesday and I got a call. Hey, what's up? I've been trying to call you 2 hours. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Oh, there's this offer. They said it is for so and so. I said, no, please, I'm not interested. I already have something I'm looking at. I'm meant to resume in the next 2 weeks. I'm fine. No, hear me out. And by the time I heard the company, I was like, whoa, seriously? Okay, what happened? They said that they were looking for a lawyer with a niche. They needed, because there were too many applications. If I call the company, there is nobody that will not know. There were too many applications, but they said they needed somebody that had niche over others. And someone just remembered, oh, this girl, she's a lawyer. I've seen her post something about business analysis before, and they just forwarded my CV. And they said, yes, we want to speak with this person. So all of these things, by the grace of God, yes, was made possible with the certifications I got from Transformation College. So I really, really want to encourage everyone. It may not be convenient. Like I said, there are different things that were pulling me on different sides. Every Saturday, if it's not the home front, it's the church. It's not the church, it's career building, it's personal thing, it's here and there. So many things. But I made up my mind that I was going to get the best out of it. And really, I'm enjoying everything. So I had just one contact with Mr. Olumide, but the impact has been, really life transforming. So thank you very much. I don't know if anyone
Wow.
would be have any
Wow.
questions for me before I run into my exam.
Thank you so much. This is so inspiring. And does anybody have questions for her? Maybe she can spare 2 or 3 minutes to take your questions before she runs into the hall for her exams. Okay. Any questions? Any questions before we move? Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Ebeleju. It's been an inspiring story from you, and thank you for
Thank you.
sharing with us. And I
Thank
wish
you,
you
Transformation College.
success.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish you success in your exam today. I know you would. You would nail it, no doubt. All
Thank
right.
you
Thank
so
you
much. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay, so we've heard from her, and I know this is motivation. This is very motivational, and I know it's going to drive you to really put in your best effort to see that you drive through this program from start to finish. Okay, so we proceed to the other things we have today on our discussion table. I mean, for every program, there has to be, rules that guides the flow of the program so that we can all be carried along. There will be no misunderstanding. There will be no challenges in the course of the program. So we're going to look at our rules of engagement, right? So rule number 1 is that this program is scheduled for 12 weekends on Saturdays precisely. from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. starting from today. So it's going to run from June 7th to August 30. And rule number 2, we shall observe a 30-minute break per weekend from 11:30 to 12 noon Nigerian time. Okay. Rule number 3, there will be assessment at the end of every session, and everyone is expected to take the assessment. So please ensure that whenever the link for the assessment is shared, you take the assessment within the stipulated duration. Rule number 4, only those who go through this program from start to finish will be issued a diploma certificate at the end of the program. So if you skip a session, you may not participate in the graduation ceremony. So it's very important that you are always in class. So first of all, you don't miss any segment of the training. And second of all, you'll be able to graduate with the rest of the participants. Rule number 5, ensure to fill out the attendance form for every session. It is a proof that you were present during the session. Also ensure to fill out the feedback form. It will help us to give you the best service. Rule number 6, feel free to chat your questions or responses in the chat room, or wait for the Q&A segment to ask your question, except when the trainers permit questions during the training. Then you would have to put up your hand to be unmuted to speak. So there are some trainers who will prefer that you ask your questions on the go. And if they make that clear from the beginning, then you are free to, put up your hand and you'll be unmuted to speak. But if there is no change in the arrangement, your questions will come at the end of the training. So you need to write down your questions in your notepad and get ready to ask at the end of the session. Okay, and then rule number 7, our classes are highly interactive. So please feel free to respond to the faculties and contribute towards making the class a fun place to be for everyone. And also do not forget to network with your classmates. We have the Telegram group. Okay, so you can always network with your fellow participants, and also make the classroom a warm place, a happy place to be. It is not just a one-way conversation model, just from the trainer or the faculty or the Transformation College team, but please, when the faculty asks questions, always be prompt to respond, okay? And then rule number 8, any day from the 19th to the 15th of July, all participants are expected to share on social media a written brief of your experience so far on this program, and then ensure to tag Transformation College. This is part of your evaluation, and our platforms include, it's either you do it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on X, or Instagram. Okay, so we would remind everyone in the course of the program when to start doing this, but that's going to be from the 19th to the 25th of July. And so, yeah, Emmanuel, you can share social media handles in the chat room. Please feel free to follow, and you can always get updates from our social media handles, except from the classes that we have every Saturday will be popping up on our social media handles, and so you can engage. All right. Okay, so please, for those who are yet to pay their token registration fee, you still have the opportunity to pay. This class will be open to all participants up until June 21st. Okay, so all the classes for this, for next week and the following week would be open to all participants, because we want to make sure nobody is left behind. Okay, so but please do ensure that you pay up your registration fee on or before June 21st, so that you would not be locked out of the class when we make it strictly for those who have paid their registration fees. All right. Okay. All right, so at this point, we will be going on a 10-minute coffee break. Okay, 10-minute coffee break, and we will be back for the second segment of the program this morning. So you can have your coffee break, okay? Take your coffee, take your tea. If you have your biscuit or you want to just walk around, let's do that for 10 minutes and we will be back on the call. I see the proprietor is so eager to start his session without introduction. Well, I'm still going to introduce him nevertheless.
Thank you.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to invite the proprietor and founder of Transformation College of Business and Technology in the person of Dr. Orlando Odejide to take over the program and wow us with what it is we have in stock for you all for the duration of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put a round of applause in the chat room as we welcome him. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Doctor. The class is over to you now.
All right. Thank you very much, Edith. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. Good morning, everyone.
Loud and
Good morning.
clear.
Good morning. Brilliant. Well, once again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the people that have taken their time to send the flyers around and to do a lot of, should I say, advertisement and even publicity on our behalf for this particular program. Thank you. Thank you very much. Some people are like, they're not even our sponsors, but they support the work that we do. I mean, Richard and a couple of other people, they support pretty much any and everything that we do. So we're grateful to all our students and even our trainers and our partners and every other person that supports us on this particular initiative. If we started running this school formally in the year 2023, I believe, in the year 2023. So we had our summer school that same year, and then we started full operation, so to speak, on the 1st of October, the year 2023. So between then and now, we have been doing a lot of training. We've been doing a lot of sessions. I mean, it's a lot that we've been putting our hands on to do over the last, should I say, 2 years. So once again, thank you very much, everyone. This is the third time we're doing this. We did it in 23. We did it last year, and we're doing it again. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm Dr. Orlando, and I will take you through what this whole thing is about. Of course, you can go on our website. You can look at the website because there's always one new thing that we're doing. There's always something new that we're doing. We're always changing, improving what it is that we're doing. I was saying to somebody that because you were here last year does not translate into the fact that you should not be here this year, because we've changed it. We've switched the things up a bit more. We've made a lot of changes. We've included many things that we didn't even have in here prior to now. So just because you used to do this, just because you've attended this in the past does not translate into you not doing this, because you will learn a lot of things that have changed, and it's I'm sure you'll be better off as it is in here. So once again, we do have what I like to call the African free education mandate, right? Because we just believe that education should be free. Education should be free. If Africa is ever going to get anywhere, education has got to be free. We cannot afford to have expensive schools, expensive education across Africa and think that we're going to be able to get to where we need to get to. So I really believe that education should be free in Africa, and that is what gave birth to Transformation College. And of course, we know loads of people. We can beat our chest. We can bring references from a lot of people that Transformation College indeed has transformed their lives, and we're just glad that we are part of that of the journey for a lot of people. We hope that one day in every top organization, in every fintech, in every growing organization across the whole of Africa, we will have people that have will have graduates of Transformation College, people who will be able to say that on in their journey relative to their career, Transformation College has been a huge part of their lives. So that will be very that's very important to us. I also put this in here to my right, where I said that, you know, I really do think all of us have greatness inside of us. All of us can be global. All of us have greatness inside of us. The challenge, I think, is I try to identify 3 key things that happen to a lot of people. Sometimes people don't even have that desire. So even in my own organization, we're more than 100 in my organization. We're probably in between Nigeria, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja in Nigeria, and Accra, and also in Nairobi. We're definitely almost 150 people within the organization. And even if you look at the number of people that are on this call, they're not even up to half that number. So we're, as an organization, we're double the number of people that are on this call. So sometimes people don't even have the desire to be great. Like, they don't have that desire at all. So that's one big challenge. Young people, old people, they've just accepted life as it is. Like, let's just exist through life, and let's just, survive. They're not looking to thrive, they're just looking to survive. And if you look at the second thing that I put here, some people are just even afraid of their great self. I know somebody who every time it does, like, it's almost like you're self-sabotaging, like something is about to move you to your next level. You kind of run away from it. It's almost like you pull the plugs on it. And like, I had to tell the lady that you're actually secretly afraid of your own greatness. There's something like, it's almost like you feel like you're undeserving to be great. And that for some people, that's it. And of course, for a lot of people, they might have the desire, they might not be afraid, but then they lack the last one here. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the skills, they don't have the ability, the competence, the experience, the exposure that is needed. Because it's one thing for you to desire to be great, another is for you to not be afraid of being great. But you need that number 3. And that's what this whole program really is trying to do, to just add number 3 to you. That's really what it is. Actually, I take that back, to add number 1, number 2, and number 3 to you. That's what we're trying to do within this program. We want to add number 1, number 2, and number 3. We want to add it to you. I had to get my son up this morning, who just finished secondary school, and I said that he has to be on this call. He was in his room, was on the phone, doing something on TikTok. And I'm like, you need to abandon TikTok and take notes from this particular session, because this is going to be important in your life as it is. And I do think so. I think our wives, our husbands, our girlfriends, boyfriends, our younger ones, our elder ones, even our parents, I think all of them need the things that we're passing across freely on this call. The school is free. It's a completely free school. We will ask for registration because we need to weed people off. We need to be able to tell people who are actually serious and the people who are not serious. So, for example, we got more than 1,000 registrations for this course, but today, look at it, we're less than 100. That means it's less than 10% of the people who actually registered. And this is not AI registration. Like, they had to type in content into a form. And then the day of the class, the day the class starts, we've got less than 10% of the people. So how people think that they're going to arrive at greatness, a lot of people are very desirous of greatness, but they're unwilling, very much unwilling to do what it takes to be able to get there. And I'm hoping that those of you that have showed up here, that you will really have a testimony from this, that this indeed will help you to get to your next level as individuals and even as people who support your own organization. So that being said, so this year, once again, we're doing things differently. So we've done the business analysis class 3 twice. This is the 3rd time, an ISO, but this time we've added something to it. We've added project management to it. So we found a way to adjust the schedule of events for the day to incorporate the 10 knowledge management areas, which is in project management. It's part of PMBOK 6, version 6, PMBOK version 7. We've included that inside of this program. So we've updated the one that we've done twice in the past. So even Ebeleju that was given the testimonial, that did the testimonial session, she didn't even go through this one that has got project management. So once again, the full classes start next week. I will be done in about an hour, just taking you through some of these things. But full classes, they start for both work streams. They start next week. We also expect that people will join. Some people, I mean, so some of our former students and participants, we expect them to join the artificial intelligence class. Some people want something that is a bit more technical. So we have our AI class. Once again, we expect people to join. We expect people to come on the call. We expect people to be a part of these as it is, and I'm certain people will get value out of this. So some people are even calling me from outside of Africa. Somebody in Singapore was trying to say something to me that they want to join the class. I should resend the link to them. So this year, we pretty much have two completely different work streams. There is the updated work stream, which is the business analysis. Now we've included project management, and of course, it still contains the ISO standards. And now we also now have the full machine learning, AI and machine learning work stream, which is also very important. So take your pick throughout this summer. How do you want to help yourself? How do you want to change your career? How do you want to update your life and every other thing that you're doing? And I'm certain that you will be grateful to yourself that you actually attended these sessions in themselves. So which is great. There's this, so let's get into it, right? And anybody who's in HR or anything HR related should go online. There's this report. I've always looked at the report. It's always very interesting, a very interesting report. I think I've looked at the report maybe over the last 6 years or something. I think since COVID, I'm always going back to the report just to see what exactly it is saying for the present year or even in the years to come. So you can go online, you can download it. The report is for free. It will come onto your computer. They even have like a summary of the report in itself. So please, everyone, you can go online and you can look at it later. But I wanted to bring out a couple of things from the report. I got this directly from the website. So it says that these are the core skills in the year 2025. And so everybody, if you look at these things, once again, what we're doing in Transformation College aligns to this. There is a tight alignment to this. So you can see to my left, you can see analytical thinking. You can see resilience. We do a lot of the analytical thinking inside of the business analysis work stream. We do resilience a lot. We do leadership is also part of what we're doing. We do creative thinking even inside of our business analysis work stream. We do motivation and self-awareness. I have one of my good friends, Mr. Professor Dabas. He will be here next week, and he will be leading, I think, the session on vision and a couple of other things. Of course, we do a lot of technology. There's so many practical, hands-on portion of the work. We do empathy, we do curiosity, we do everything inside of this course. The core skills that are being required globally, this is global, everybody. This is not Nigerian, it's not Ghanaian, it's not Kenyan, it's not Cameroon, it is not African. This is global. They say globally, these are the core skills. And we cover everything that is here. We even have an ISO standard for customer service number 10. We cover everything that is here during the course of this 12-week program. Once again, I'm hoping that you will take advantage of this. It's not late to register. And if you don't even have, like, indeed, you actually do not have the money for the registration, I'm sure if you speak with Edith, we will get some people who will even we might even get some people who are happy to sponsor you if the money for registration becomes what the real challenge is, as it is. And then to the right, you can also now see some other things. It said even going into the future, that these are the things everyone that is here should know. If you plan to stay relevant, if you plan to get into be in that future. So during the course of this class, we're doing number 1, we're doing number 2, we're doing number 3, we're doing number 4. We're pretty much covering. We're even doing the ISO standard for environmental management, which is number 10. We're even doing that also. So if you plan to stay relevant, that is how we've designed this course. So we tell people, send it to your secondary school, send it to your university classes, to your friends, whoever, send it to people. It's important to stay relevant. Some people that have attended this course, some of them are professors, some of them are medical doctors, some of them are lecturers in LASU, in Unilag. At least I have people, and they completed this class. So this, you can't say, oh, I'm beyond this, because there's hardly anybody. Even I designed the entire program, and I can't say I'm an expert across the board. That's why I don't teach a lot of the modules, because I'm as much as I designed the program, working with the team, Edith and others, I can't deliver all. I can't even boast of saying that, oh, I'm an embodiment of 80% of everything that is in there. No, I can't. I honestly can't. So there's a lot for all of us to learn as part of this program, but I can tell you, the World Economic Forum report that talks about the future of jobs, and as I said, I've shown this to everybody. You can go look at it, you can download it. It's a great website to know and to be a part of, and they have so many resources that you can use for your own growth. But there's a lot. This is what they're saying this year and even into the future. So you and I have to be thinking along these lines. We have to be planning, we have to be thinking, and we have to be working along these lines. They also have a couple of other things that I put in here. I won't worry you too much about this. We'll share the slides with you, so it's not a problem. Just for you to see, where is this world going? The economy of the world, where is it going? If you still plan to work over the next 10, 20, 30 years, where is the world going to? Right? What is important? These people do this is a global research telling you where the entire world is going to. I find this to be interesting, is that these are the big trends that are driving business transformation. So once again, how are you going to play in this world? Now, if you're struggling to understand where does ESG, if you're struggling to hear me, please let me know at any point in time. Is that okay? Right? Anybody, just let me know if you're struggling to hear me at any point in time. Okay? So these are the trends driving the world. So do you understand these trends? Are they clear to you? Do you know what is required to be able to take advantage, to exploit these trends? This is where the world is going into. So everybody, I want you to do a quick exercise. These are the fastest growing and the jobs in the world right now, fastest growing. The next one is the fastest declining. So we shouldn't even worry ourselves about the declining ones, right? These ones are the fastest growing ones. So everybody, which of this do you think you might be able to work within? Everybody, which of these areas, around these 15 areas thereabout, where do you think you can function? Everybody should have one, I hope. Right, so that's why if you join Ayola and Femi's class in the machine learning class, they will get you ready for about, in the AI and machine learning class, Ayola, Femi, and the team, they will get you ready for at least half of these jobs. That's their job. That's what they're going to be trying. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to get you ready for at least half of these jobs over the next 12 weeks. Attract, get, and even apply for these types of jobs globally. Once again, this is global, whether it's Canada, whether it's in the UK, whether it's in the US, whether it's in Europe. These are the fastest growing jobs. So you should think about it and say, where do I mean, which is important to me? Where do I stay? One of the questions somebody had asked before is that, oh, can I do both? No, you can't do both. But everything we do in both classes will end up being on YouTube. So you can come into one class consistently, because when people try to capture too many things, then it becomes a challenge, right? And we're not going to give you a certificate this year for both. So my advice to you, get into one of the sessions, but during the week, go online and follow the other session. So if you're in the business analysis class, if you're in the business analysis session throughout the next 12 weeks, it doesn't stop you from going onto YouTube and following through with everything that they're doing in AI and machine learning, right? It doesn't stop you. You cannot still follow through. You can watch the videos. You can spend a lot of time around this as it is. So you should join one, but it doesn't necessarily preclude you from being able to leverage and learn from the other session, because all of them will end up being on YouTube. By the time, even this session that I'm having will end up being on YouTube. By the time, and I hope this is being recorded, by the time we finish this program over the next 12 weeks, we will have more than, let me see, 4, 5, 6. We would all have about 80 sessions on YouTube. You should say a big thank you to the YouTube providers, the people who have provided such a platform for us to do the recording and then go to put it on YouTube. So we'll have almost 80 sessions that will be captured on YouTube. So it's important that for you to realize that you can actually leverage both, but we would only give you certificates for one, but it doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy and take advantage of the other work stream. So once again, this is where the world is going. And they said that these are the fastest declining jobs. When they even put legal officials. You know why these things are declining? Does anybody know? Please put your answer in the chat room. It's because of some of these areas, artificial intelligence will completely take over. Some of these areas, because I know that people are trying all the laws of the land in different countries into some kind of artificial intelligence large language model that you can actually query it, and it will give you better answers in terms of cases, and it will do the work of a great lawyer. A lot of people are also building artificial intelligence tools that will do much better work than even graphic designers. Yesterday, we were working on something in the organization, and we got onto one of the AI platforms, and we're trying to organize a conference, and we used the AI platform to give us a decent idea what should be the title of the conference, which title makes sense. It was analyzing brands for us, and this is a free platform. So the reason why these areas are declining, and please share your thoughts in the chat room. This is not a monologue. It's not a radio type situation. So please share your thoughts and your opinion. Everybody that is here, I have a lot of our trainers also on the call. Please share your thoughts with us in the chat room. The reason why these areas are declining is because artificial intelligence is going to completely take over some areas of work over the next 5 years. Over the next 5 years, AI will completely take over some areas of work. So once again, everybody, the reason why we're doing this is for you to prepare yourself for the future. And we hope that one day in every big organization, at least we're allowed to dream, right? In every big organization across the whole of Africa, especially in Nigeria, Ghana, in Kenya, in Cameroon, even in Rwanda, we pray and hope that there will be some student of Transformation College in some high position in those organizations. Let me move on very quickly, right? So this is the program. Once again, these are what we refer to as career, life and career changing work streams. That is exactly what they are. They will change your life. If I start to tell you so many stories that I have people who have worked for me, who are still working for me, and I know how they started. And some of them, they're doing so well that it's even surprising even to themselves. That, look at where I am in 5 years, from somebody who was struggling to use Microsoft Word, and now the people are earning in hundreds of thousands of naira as of today. And that's because they are Ghana cedis, and some of them have even gone abroad, and they actually are earning in thousands of pounds, in dollars, and many other currencies. I can give you 100 of those types of people passed through something that we have done, something that I've been involved with. Either they work with me in one organization or the other. So if we put this together, it's because I can beat my chest that, there's no program like this. I was speaking with somebody, I said, hey, you can't find a program like this, a free program that is like this. You cannot find a program like this. You cannot find a program like this. And once again, big thank you to all the professionals that are going to be teaching in these classes, because they're not, all the people that are going to be here, they're not lecturers. They're not people who only teach people. They're practitioners of the work. That is where we only allow people to teach what they do. So all the trainers, all the tutors that will be here, this is exactly what it is that they do. And in this your life, to succeed in our work, when it comes to knowledge, skills, and even experience, this is what you need. You and I will look at each of these areas over the next couple of minutes. I want everybody to be out of here by 11 Ghana time, 12 Nigerian time, maybe 12:30 Nigerian time, and 11:30 Ghana time at the very most, as it is, or farthest as it is. So we're going to do the personal empowerment program that empowers you, and I can't overflog that. We're also going to do something on ISO standards. We're going to do the business analysis session, and we're also going to do something on project management. And lastly, we're going to do something on artificial intelligence. Okay, so the personal empowerment program is for all of us. It's not for some people. Everybody is going to go through that. And then once we finish in the morning of each day, people break into 2 different classes. The people who want to be in the business analysis and ISO standards and project management will go for that. The people who want to do the artificial intelligence and machine learning will go for that, because we're going to have 2 simultaneous links every Saturday over the next 12 weeks. So this is it. This is the blueprint. This is the roadmap to transform both your life and even your career, transform your revenue, transform your earning capabilities. And if it doesn't, you can come back to me and I'll even give you money. It's like, I'll dash you money for you if you come back and tell me that I've imbibed, because it's not just about going through this. There's somebody in my church, he went through this, but he didn't imbibe it. He did not imbibe it. So it doesn't really have the kind of testimonial that it should have. So it's not just about going through the session. You also have to imbibe these things into your person, into your personality, into your brain, into your mental makeup as a person. So it's beyond just passing through the class. Some people do this just like university, just to submit an assignment and to get the certificate. The certificate is useful and it is valuable. People have even come to us who have left Africa and then they're applying for one thing or the other. And then the school has written to us to say, can we validate that we gave out this certificate and the transcript? Because we're an ISO certified educational institution. People have done that. So it's free education, but it is valid education. It's not wishy-washy education. It's not playful education. It is valid education, despite the fact that it is free. So this is the roadmap, as I said. Even I cannot claim to be 80% across everything here. I'm probably 75 or something. But there's still a lot of areas that as a person, I need to deepen my expertise along in those areas. Let me go for this very quickly, right? So every day, this is what it's going to look like. So today is just an overview. I'll be done in about an hour, another hour, 1.5 hours. Today is just the overview of the whole program. But the morning session, which is the 9:30 to 30 section is compulsory for everybody. It's compulsory for everybody to go through that. It's compulsory for all of us to go through that. On the 30th of August, we will graduate. We will graduate by the grace of God. We will graduate. And I'm hoping that we will graduate even more people than last year. I'm hoping that we will do that even more than last year. As I said, if the payment for the registration fees is a challenge, just speak with the team. I'm certain that they can help you. I mean, but that is because you really are somebody who cannot afford to pay the registration fees. Because we also have people who are sponsors that we can speak to. But if you can afford it, I don't think you really want to put yourself in that position where it's almost like you're begging for something that you already have. I don't want to be in that position as a person. I always want to be in the position to give as it is. So everybody goes through the first session, then we break into 2 different work streams. So the people who are going to be doing this particular module, they are the ones who specialize around the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th sessions. Okay, and then for the second one, the people who are going to be doing this. So look at it once again. The morning section is compulsory for all of us. It's compulsory, and I'll tell you why in a second or in a minute. It's compulsory, and then the people are now going to start to do some hands-on AI and ML classes. Real hands-on work, right? Real hands-on work, real work. It's not a joke. This is not the theory of AI and ML. This is AI and ML in action in itself. Once again, do your 2026 career a favor and join one of these sessions. As I said, there's a reason why I initially was just business analysis, but I brought project management into it. I do many things as a person. People ask me, what is that one thing that helps me? People ask me all the time. They say, oh, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. What is that one thing? And I can tell you the secret today. It's not a big secret. It's my business analysis skill sets. That's it. A business analysis skill set allows me to be able to do any and everything that I do. If there's one area that I think I've gotten right, I've imbibed and I've embodied business analysis. And the reason why most project managers struggle is because they themselves are very poor business analysts. The reason why risk analysts, they struggle is because they're poor business analysts. The reason why AI specialists and analysts, they struggle is because they're not good business analysts. So get this business analysis right. There is the book. Somebody should help me put the cover of the book in the chat room. It's the business analysis book developed by the British Computing Society, and I think we use either the 3rd or the 4th version, the latest version. Somebody can put the link in the chat room for me. That's the material that we use. The British Computing Society, the business analysis material that they have developed, that's what we use in the class in itself. So this year, because we've already done business analysis twice, we've added project management to it. We've added project management to it to give you all-rounded education. It doesn't matter if you think you've done this before. Honestly, you need to do it again. This can take you to heights even beyond your own imagination. And of course, I was saying to somebody early this morning, I told the person, I said, I think life is primarily about 2 things, generally speaking. It's about having a great strategy and a plan, and even more importantly, executing. So it's 2 things, right? And you should write that down somewhere. Really, it's about having a great strategy and a plan. But what's the point of the great strategy and the plan if you're not going to execute? So a lot of people that registered, they had a great strategy, they had a great plan. But then what happened? They couldn't. They're not even here today. Today starts execution, and they're not here. So execution is important in life. It's good to have a strategy. It's good to have a plan, but execution is even more important. Now let's quickly do this. I want to speak about each of the modules very quickly. I will try to do each one maybe in 10 minutes. If you ask me, right, that of the 4 modules that we're going to be doing, or the 5, the 5 things that we're going to be doing. Doctor, pick one. Pick one. Technically, business analysis is what helps me. But in life, generally, it's personal empowerment. Now, ability to demonstrate the things in personal empowerment. So it's almost like, let me do this. It's almost like me saying, this is what helps me in life. And this is what helps me personally at work. So it's almost like life versus work. This is the key thing that helps me with my work, right? But this is the key thing that helps me in my life, right? Because everything about life is not work. Am I right? Everything about life is not work. So let me put it this way. In life, it is the personal empowerment techniques, and our work is business analysis. Business analysis, my excellent business analysis skills allows me to be able to do ISO standards, allows me to be able to manage multiple projects in different countries, and allows me to even do the little bit of artificial intelligence that I can do. So if you come here, if you really want to pick something for your life, this is it. Personal vision. I wanted to do transformation college in the year 2000. Did you hear that? The year 2000. I can show you the flyer. I can look for the flyer. I even really wanted to do it in the year 2003. But that didn't happen until 20 years later. Okay? 20 straight years before that thing eventually happened. I have flyers that I used in designing the Diploma Program in the year 2000, and even more importantly, or should I say more factual, will be the year 2003. Diploma in hardware, diploma in software, diploma in this design. We took 20 straight years to come up with Transformation College. And it's great because at least now I can do it without charging for it, right? I can do it without charging for it. You need to have a vision and you need to set goals, life goals. Speaking to one of my team members some days ago, I said you need to be intentional about many things, including getting married. And I just said, oh, how can I do that? I'm a lady, a guy is meant to come to speak to me. And I said a couple of things to her. And then she said, Doc, I agree. I agree that I'm not intentional about this portion of my life because I just don't think it's that important. Okay? So you're going to learn about that. And that's important to everybody. And it's not too late. For some people that are on this call, they're in their 40s. Some people are probably even in their 50s. And they're looking at it and they're saying that, oh, you know what, this might be a bit late. But it's not late. It's not late. Go through this transformation class, college session, and I can bet you that at least you'd have moved a couple of steps further to your life and career goals. A lot of people need to be ethical. You and I, we need to be ethical. And it doesn't matter what ethics mean because we all need to get better when it comes to being ethical. It's almost like ethical almost has an alignment to something around being spiritual or being, maybe, being a good neighbor. It's almost like SDG, right? SDG literally has something around, do not kill the world or destroy the entire world. And think about the future. Think about the people who are unborn, so to speak. Number 3 here is when we now have etiquette points and decorum. And I can tell you, yesterday, I don't mean weeks ago, I went to buy something at the store and a lady just came. And she literally just shoved me aside because she wanted to get in front of me to pay. And I looked at her. Oh, she now said, she just looked at me like, you're not moving. Like, I pushed you aside because it seemed like you were being too much of a gentleman type thing. Go to people's offices. I was in one of my offices recently and I was telling them that we can't treat the office like it's a junkyard. Everybody cannot bring their slippers, drop their jackets, drop sachets of water. You know, we can't treat the office this way. I'm telling you that you and I, if they put the average score, they average the score for all of us that are on this call right now, we won't score 50% on number 3. I can tell you that for free. We will not score 50% on number 3. So everybody's got a lot to learn. And the lady who takes this class, I mean, she's a global expert because all the trainers do this for free. They do this for free. So we don't pay them because we're not for profit. We're an NGO, no, right? We're both an NGO and an NPO, not for profit. So she does an excellent work around that. Number 4 is around resilience. That's why I said that in life, it's about this page. A lot of people have failed. I've failed so many times. I mean, some of my employees now, right? I look at them and I smile. And I have some old employees. They did at some point in time, we couldn't pay salaries for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I've failed. I ran a company to the point where we almost hit $1 billion. And then I ran it down to the point where the company no longer exists. Did you hear me? We got to about almost 800 million, and this was years ago in Naira. And we ran it down to 0. All right? So, but there's something called resilience, which comes up from, that's why you need to go, everybody go and look for that book by Angela Buxworth. What's that lady's name? Beautiful book that talks about resilience. People fail and then they just give up. They just faint. It's almost like they fail and faint at the same time. Well, you need grit. You as the parent, you need grit. And your children, they need grit. Your husband, your wife, your brothers, your sisters, they need grit. They need resilience. Even organizations try to do something called organizational resilience. This is important. Once again, interpersonal skills and your ability to develop relationships. That's very important. I mentioned to somebody, I mean, I'm always speaking to people Mondays to Sunday anyways. So I said to the person, this was internal. One of the team members, I think it was me that runs Training Heights. I said that, that they didn't tell us in business school that social skills is extremely important. You can't run a B2B business without social skills. You need social. I have termed it social collateral. Without social collateral, you can't run a business, especially a B2B business. Maybe if your business is to open a shop and then stocking with goods and then some kind of retail place, maybe your business is tied to like a website, a retail website, maybe. But you can't be in my line of work without social collateral. And a lot of people don't even know anything about developing social skills. This is very important. Each of us need to have a brand. We need to have a brand. And that brand is also tied to how we appear. And it's not just about our appearance. Personal branding is more than that. Appearance is key. Some people, if you look at the way they go to work, I'm like, no, your appearance is not inspiring any confidence. Like their appearance, if you meet them at the bus stop, you meet them on the way home, they're wearing one crooked slippers, they're just looking like, what I can't describe. But it's beyond just your dressing and appearance. It's way beyond that. Part of your personal branding is your ability to be able to speak well, which then brings me to the next one. If we average our scores, all of us that are here on this call, despite our nursery, primary, university education, our speaking and elocution skills, none of us, or if we average all of us, we won't score more than 50%. Let people go and take, what's that thing, IELTS. People score 6, 6.5, 7, 5, 5.5. These are people with degrees. So our speaking and elocution is a challenge. Part of that branding is just your ability to be able to speak English properly, to use the right words, the right tonation. This is not about trying to sound sophisticated. That's not what the idea here is. The idea here is just for you to be able to speak English appropriately. And that's important. You're not going to get anywhere in life without your ability to be able to articulate yourself appropriately in front of an audience. You're not getting anywhere. Which then brings me once again to communication skills, which is also about speaking, but there's also the other part of it, which is about writing. How do you write appropriately? How do you leverage AI to ensure that your writing is much better? How do you use the right tenses? How do you use Microsoft Word? How do you use PowerPoint to ensure that you can present your thoughts and your opinion appropriately to an audience? You can see that it's so important that we brought back social intelligence and negotiation here. You're not getting anywhere in life without these things. You will not succeed, and it's not a curse. Nobody is cursing you. Without these things, you cannot succeed. Leadership is not motivational speaking. Leadership is not religious speaking. That's not what leadership is. I have a definition for leadership. I will share it maybe when we finish this. It is really about ethical results. Working with people to achieve ethical results. You can write it down somewhere. That's really, and I can argue it with John Maxwell or any of those other people. That's really what leadership is. It's about ethical results. Working with people, because you can achieve ethical results as a person. But working with people, that's a different ball game. It's ethical results working with people. Because leadership is about results. You can't say I'm a good leader and you've got poor results. How does that work? You can't say I'm a good leader, but you have no modicum of ethics tied to your leadership. That doesn't work. It is ethical results. And you have to work with people because you can achieve your results as a person. Transformation College will not exist if not for the 5-6 people who are the core engine of the organization and all the other people who support us. We will not exist. Without the likes of Mr. Wisdom and many others that support us, we will not exist. So it's not just about me as a person, it's also about the people who work directly with me. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I consider this to be the most important work stream. And it happens every Saturday for the next 12 Saturdays. It's so important that even the machine learning people must go through this in themselves. I enjoin you. Get your brothers, get your sisters, get your cousins, get your mosque members, your church members, your shrine members, whoever they are, get them involved so that you and we can be better. I was saying to my 100+ team today, I said to all of them that I wish every staff in our organization can demonstrate this appropriately. I wish every employee can really demonstrate everything that is here. I wish, I hope, I pray, I dream that where if every employee in my 100+ organization can do this, we'll be the number one in Africa. We'll be number one. But yeah, let me move on. Different organizations. I practice this of different types, working with different organizations. I practice this. So this is important. Extremely important, I dare say. This is extremely important, I dare say. So this is like a specialization. And if you had to pick, if you tell me that I should pick, well, that doctor, tell me the top. It's very difficult for me to talk about the top 5. But if you ask me that, doctor, tell me the top, I'm thinking about it, that if I had to pick, okay, so everybody go into the chat room, just from the naming convention that is here. Okay, let's do this first as the first exercise. And I want everybody to go to the chat room very quickly. Which two do you want to really improve in your life? Quickly, everybody. And I want everybody to give me a response in the chat room. Everybody, give me a response in the chat room. Here on this page, everybody, quickly tell me, which two do you really want to improve in your life? Which two do you really want to improve in your life? Everybody, great. 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 Absolutely. Brilliant. At least people are following me, which is good. Once again, Rick, welcome here. Mr. Rick Godwin, thank you. You're pretty much almost in any and everything that we do. Thank you very much for being here. Dr. Osu, thank you very much for being here. Richard, Festus. Richard, there's barely anything that we do that you're not there. Thank you very much once again. Right. Okay. So once again, we're going to cover everything here. And these areas are covered by professionals. They're covered by experts and professionals. Okay? All right. Okay, let me move on very quickly. So if you ask me, right, so everybody, once again, pick your top two. But if you ask me, my top two will definitely be number one and number two on this page. Because a lot of the others are specializations, am I right? So ISO 20000 is for everybody that is interested in IT. So if you want to be an IT seven, 9, and 10, did you get that? If you want to be some kind of IT guru, you must compulsorily be an expert in number 3, number 5, number 7, 9, and 10. It's for the IT experts. For the non-IT experts, the people who want to be business process, environmental, occupational health and safety, enterprise risk, those types of people, number 1, number 2, number 4, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So you can see that if you go through this completely and you're able to imbibe, I keep using the word imbibe, embody and imbibe these things. You follow through with the exercises, you follow through with the assignments, you follow through with everything that the trainers tell you. That means you would have equipped yourself with all that is needed, both on the technology side and even on the business side. You would have equipped yourself both on the technology side and even on the business side. To do 10 different foundation exams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I promise you, if you will be back in the office in the month of September as a completely different person. You will be back in your office in the month of September as a completely different person. People will be asking, now what happened to you? Where did you go to? People are going to be asking. So we're going to go through this. Once again, number 1 and number 2, for me, they're the most important ones. Everybody needs to understand. On 17th, a big bank, one of the top 3 big banks in Nigeria, on the 17th. And we're going to be working with them on number 2. A lot of my colleagues and trainers that are on the call, they're working on projects in different places around all these standards. I'm going to be in a different country doing number 10 with a client. I was in a different country 2 days ago, working on number I was working on number 2, number 3, number 5, number 7 with the client, with the national organization. These things, they have relevance in the market today, not in the past, today, and even in the future. Everything here has relevance, not just in the past, all right? They're relevant today and they're relevant into the future. I can tell you once again, the thing that is standing between you and greatness is your ability to imbibe and embody these things. That is the problem. You have not imbibed them. You have not embodied them. You might be knowledgeable about them, but you might not have skills around them. Once again, these are important things. All right. Let me move to this one. As I said, this is the thing that has helped me. This is the area of specialization. So, okay, before I go away, everybody in the chat room, very quickly, tell me, which one do you want to specialize? Business, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, or the others, IT. Everybody, let me hear in the chat room. What do you want to specialize in? The business-related ISO standards or the IT ones? Which is yours? Or some people even want a combination of both. Yes, I'm talking about ISO management systems now. Everybody, type in the chat room, which ones do you want to specialize in? Well, what is going to be your specialization as a person? The business-related ones or the IT-related ones? Some people want a combination of both. some people, some people say they want a combination of both. The good thing is that you will get the opportunity to do both. But while we cover both at the foundational level, you will still need to specialize as a person. Did you get that? Yeah. So while we will cover both at the foundational level as a person, you will still need to specialize. You will still need to specialize either on the IT side, because we're talking about you becoming like a global expert. You still need to specialize either on the IT side or around the business side. So we have business, which is 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then we have IT, which is 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So everybody, some people are still, so as I said, everybody is going to cover everything at the foundational level. We're covering everything at the foundational level. However, for your life specialization, and I think I might want to do this, right? So give me a second. All right. From a specialization perspective, everybody, you should specialize. All right, from a specialization perspective. So you can do the business. That will be 9001, 31, 300. It will be 45001. It will be 14001. And it will be this, right? Well, on the IT side, right, it will be 20,000, everyone, 27001, 22301, 27031, and then the 29100. So foundation, everybody will cover everything. But for your specialization, I suggest to you, I implore you, I advise you, pick one. Pick one. From a specialization perspective, pick one. From a foundation perspective, you're doing all. From a foundation perspective, you are doing all. But from a specialization perspective, you should pick one. Are we together? Did you get that, everybody? Foundation, everybody covers everything. At the foundational level, I hope you can still see my screen, right? I hope you can still see my screen. At the foundational level,
Yes.
we cover everything. Everybody covers everything. However, from a specialization perspective, because even those areas, it's very difficult for you to specialize in them, you're still going to need at least to specialize in one of these areas with adequate experience. You still need about 3 years, at least, of qualitative experience. You will still need about 3 years of qualitative experience. Okay? So you should pick your specialization, everyone. Pick your specialization, everyone. Right? Okay. Pick your specialization. Let us move on because of time. Right? Let's move on because of our time. Business analysis. So let me look for, I don't know whether somebody found it, right? So there is the business analysis, British Computing Society, business analysis. And we give the material during the course book. Yes, I believe this is the book. I believe so. Yes. This is the book. We are going to cover this book from beginning all the way to the end. We're covering this book in our business analysis class. The entire 12 chapters that I think are in the book from beginning all the way. We're going to cover them even using tools and even using AI. We're going to cover them using tools and also using AI. This is it. I hope you can still see my screen. This is what we're going to do. There are 12 chapters in there. So at some point in time, I believe we merged some chapters. I believe so. All right. I believe we merged some chapters. But we're covering this book. The 12 or 13. I think there are almost 13 chapters in there. I think so. I think so. We're covering everything. We're going to use different tools, different platforms. We're going to use artificial intelligence tools. We're doing a lot here. So this in itself is like a university. This is like what you do for like an entire year, not a semester, like 2 semesters in a year. We're going to cover it. My son is 16. He's going to go through this. He's going to be significantly hampered in life if he does not become an expert around these things. 16-year-olds can figure out this content, everybody. 16-year-olds, they can figure out this content. They can figure out this content. Not to speak about 20-year-olds or 30. 50-year-olds can figure out this content. People who are 50, they can still figure out this content. Because we're going to be teaching the content. We're going to be training and empowering you via the content. So once again, this is important. This is essential. It's important and it's essential. The world is in need of business analysts, everybody. This world is in need of business analysts. I can show you something. Let me do this. I always do this. So let me stop sharing. And then let me share the screen for 1 second. Let us do this together. So if you do this and I do job serve, right? This is a UK job website. Let me do this, right? Let me do this. If I do this, everybody, I hope you can see my screen. And I change this. I hope you can see my screen. And I do
Yes,
this.
Doc, we can see your screen.
Brilliant. And I do this. This world is still looking to hire business analysts. Everybody see. They're willing to pay this kind of experienced business analyst between £600 to £700 a day. I go somewhere else, everybody see. £650. See another, all right? See another one. The world is in need of business analysts. This is not a Nigerian thing. This is not a Ghanaian thing. This is globally. All right? If I get out of here, I do this. I do this. I do this. See, this world is looking for business analysts. Here. Business and performance analyst, business analyst, business analyst, business analyst, business analyst. There's an endless list. Why is it that people struggle? They never imbibe these things. They never practice them. They don't. They don't practice these things. They don't imbibe these things because they don't. See, they don't imbibe these things. So, anyways, so once again, the world is looking to hire business analysts. This world that you and I are in, everybody needs a business analyst. And even more importantly, we all need to have business analysis skills. All of us need to have business analysis skills. Not some of us, all of us need to have business analysis skill set. All of us, and it doesn't matter. We tell people it doesn't matter whether you're in HR or you're in finance or you're in sales or you're in customer service. It doesn't matter. All of us need business analysis skills. I mean, all of us need business analysis skill set. How do you define requirements? How do you gather requirements? How do you refine, not just to gather, define, and even refine requirements? How do you document requirements? How do you translate, articulate, move the requirements to the developers? How do you test if the requirements are being captured? I mean, it's an endless list of things. It's an endless list of things. It's an endless list of things. So this is important and it is essential. Right? The world is looking to hire business analysts. And all of us must compulsorily have business analysis skills. It's not a nice to have. All of us, we must compulsorily. It doesn't matter what unit, facility management, legal, it doesn't matter what we do. All of us must have business analysis skills. Some of us can decide that we want to be special business analysts from a career perspective. We can do that. But generally speaking, all of us, we must compulsorily own imbibe, demonstrate business analysis skills with our day job. This training class that I'm having, this session I'm holding, the thing that allows me to do it is my business analysis skill set. It's my business analysis skill set, which is important as it is. If you want to do yourself a favor, this is the British Computing Society text that we use, and we cover that text from beginning all the way to the end. Everything in the text is what we call. Okay? How do you model? How do you turn it into a system? Organizations are struggling with an ERP. How do we adopt an ERP? How do we buy, customize an insurance application? The problem with Africans, especially when we go abroad, we go to Europe, we go to all different parts of the world. The problem and the challenge that we have is that we're very knowledgeable, but we're not very skilled. There's a difference. I'm knowledgeable versus I'm skilled. And at some other level, the expectation is beyond just knowledge and skills. It now turns into expertise. At the level where you can do these things even in your sleep. And that's a problem. A lot of people, we struggle from around these things. We struggle around these things as Africans. So that's why after the years of doing one thing in Africa, we go abroad and then we become nurses. We're in our 40s, in our 50s, 60s, and then we go and learn how to become a nurse. Because even in the original thing that we were doing, we were knowledgeable, but we were not real experts. We were not even very skilled, because when it comes to skills, you have to use technology platforms to do them. When it comes to skills, you have to use technology platforms to do them. Okay? There's a guy, let me make fun of him. I don't think he's here. He worked with us. He organized all our business analysis classes for about 2 or 3 years. This is the classic example. Everybody listen to me. This is classic example of being inside of a pool of water, but you still don't get wet in that pool. He worked with us in Training Heights. He organized for 3 years. Everybody, I hope you're listening. From the COVID year 21, what am I saying? For like 4 years. 20, 21, 22, 23, 4 years. He organized business analysis classes. All the materials, all the exams, all the sample questions. He was even the one who had to do quality assurance inside of those classes, telling the trainers, oh, you didn't do well, you should have done this, you should have captured that. This is the one. Guess what? He left for Canada, and when he was about leaving for Canada, he came to meet me. I mean, that's one of the most interesting things that I've ever seen in my lifetime. He came to me and said, he was asking me, how can he pick up business analysis skills? And I kid you not. He said, because he knows that he's going to Canada now, and Canada needs business analysts. That they're always looking to hire business. So that it was asking me that how can he, who has organized those classes, he has attended more business analysis classes than I have. How can he pick up the skills so that he will be applicable in Canada? I couldn't even answer him because my brain just couldn't figure out what it is that it was, because he was meant to be an expert. It is the classic example of being in a pool of water, but you still don't get wet. Or you're in the kitchen, in McDonald's or in Sweet Sensation or wherever, and they've given you the liberty to eat anything, and you're hungry. A lot of people have attended these courses that we've done. One of them is my friend. He never imbibed them, never worked with those applications. He still is where he is 1 year ago. I even paid for his registration fees for him. I paid myself. But he's still where he is 1 year after. Because he never imbibed it. He got the certificate, but he never imbibed it. So that's why I'm begging you and pleading with you. Don't just pass through. Imbibe these things, inculcate them, take them inside of you. And I'm certain that you'll be happy that you did. Lastly, for the business analysis and project management class, we just introduced this. We've never done this before, or the 2 times we've done this. We've just introduced this. It's a big deal. Everybody that is going to be teaching this, they're all practicing project managers. Once again, what is the problem that is in the industry? People go for the training, people pass the exams, they do they do some of the exercises, but they don't build the skills. Africa is very knowledge oriented, but we're not very skill oriented. And there's a difference. Our schools in Africa are very knowledge oriented. They're not very skill oriented. We had to change even the text that we're using for our normal school. You know, we run a normal national diploma program to American text that is very skill oriented rather than just knowledge. Textbooks in Africa focus on the knowledge without the leaning, the alignment, the tilt towards skills. A lot of people have attended project management classes. This won't be the first or the second or the third. They even teach it to people during national service. But the people that they've taught these things, have they imbibed them? Have they inculcated them? Have they taken them in? No, they have not. Those people, do they know how to use a simple tool like Trello for project management? Everybody go and type it out. Trello. Do they know how to use a tool like that? No, they don't. But they can speak about the textbook. In Africa, even the HR will put something out and the HR will say, only PMP should apply. That means the only person they want is the person that has passed an exam. I have never seen in Africa where they're going to write, the person must have expertise with the use of a methodology called project management body of knowledge. That the person must be an expert with the methodology called PMBOK. Instead, what they will say, even when they're putting out a job ad, is that the person must be PMP. The qualification is great, but I can tell you, brothers and sisters, I'm an employer of labor. I'm not only looking for qualifications, I'm actually looking for skills. I'm not only looking for qualifications, I'm actually looking for skills. On this call, nobody has asked me that I should bring my qualification. But you're all learning and you're picking things up. That's the difference between qualifications and sometimes skills. You know, I know many PhD holders, many of them in Africa, they struggle to use excellent PowerPoint. Put a couple of PhDs in the room, let them put their presentation up. They struggle to use PowerPoint. They struggle with the basics. Okay? Though they build specialization in one particular area, but they're things that are foundational. And everybody should also have project management skills, everyone. Everybody should have project management skills. Project management skills is not for a few people. It's for all of us. All of us should have project management skills. The difference between operational work and project work is that project work is timed. It must be to time, and to quality. But everybody should have project management skills. So once again, everyone, the world is still looking for project managers. Go to all those websites that I took you to. You will find jobs and roles and many things for project managers. You find many things for project managers. Okay? These are all things that you as an operational manager, you should know. How do I manage time? How do I manage money? How do I manage quality? How do I manage my team? How do I manage communication? How do I manage risk? Is there a procurement element? You know, this is like a master's degree in itself. This thing you and I were looking at is like a master's degree in itself. And it's important. And once again, it is essential that you and I, we can demonstrate these things in our day jobs. We become embodiments of people who embody and can demonstrate these capabilities. Don't just try to pass an exam, everybody. Go beyond passing an exam. Know the work. Know the work. Lastly is AI. And I don't know if you plan to still work. Maybe you are retired. Some people are retired or getting ready for retirement. But even the retired people, if you still plan to add value, you still plan to work, then AI is a must-have in your arsenal. You can't say, oh, I like AI, I don't like AI. You can't say that. All of us have to learn AI. All of us must become near perfect users of artificial intelligence. Near perfect users of artificial intelligence. So we also offer this every month. I think it's the last Friday of every month. We started in January, I think, and we're going through this. So this is a condensed form, and that is why Ayola and Femi, please put the link where we tell the people. That's why the link we tell people that they should go and start getting the basics. From Microsoft has created some free courses. Please let me drop the link in the chat room. But we won't only teach you from a Microsoft perspective, we'll also teach you from a Zoho perspective. And then everybody in the chat room, if they take our collective knowledge here relative to ChatGPT, the people who are experts, like the form of expertise and knowledge that is needed for ChatGPT, what do you think is the percentage, will be our overall percentage on this call? Somebody should tell me in the chat room. When it comes to the professional advanced use of ChatGPT, one of my team members, Benga, he uses ChatGPT, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, huh? What is this that you're doing with ChatGPT? Like, I'm like, huh? Like, the way he uses ChatGPT, I think I have like, maybe the way he uses ChatGPT, I will put my ChatGPT knowledge at 5%. Doctor, thank you. Doctor says 6%. Others tell me, what do you really think, right, is our collective expertise when it comes to ChatGPT? Richard, we can never score, collectively, we can never score 20%. We're not just talking about the ability to be able to develop an intelligent prompt. That's a small portion of the work. Intelligent prompt ChatGPT is way beyond intelligent prompts. Messi says 4%. Festa says 2%. All of us definitely to be if they average us, will definitely be less than 10%. Because the miracles that people do with ChatGPT for application development, for business analysis, for requirements gathering, for writing code, the use of ChatGPT for developing code for work, for application development. There's a lot for all of us to know when it comes to ChatGPT. We're nowhere near the expertise needed for ChatGPT. We're not even close. So we're going to go through ChatGPT, We're definitely going to go through that. We're going to go through Microsoft Copilot. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through Zoho. We're doing some work using the Zoho platform as an organization. It's amazing. It's amazing. Right? But we're also going to do some deep technical work. We're also going to do some deep technical work. If you plan to be in this class, please let the Transformation College guys send to you the AI sessions we've done that is on YouTube. We've done a lot of AI sessions and they're on YouTube. So go and start watching them because you will get and gain a lot of value from what we have done. And we do our AI from two perspectives. We do it from a business analyst perspective and we do it from an application development perspective. We do it from both perspectives. So we have a lot. I'm sure we have about almost 20 classes on YouTube for our own artificial intelligence sessions themselves. Right. Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you earlier, I've said a lot today. Do yourself and your career, do yourself some good. How you're going to show that you love your husband, you love your wife, you love your younger brother, your sister. How you're going to show that you're a good neighbor is to get them into these classes. If you don't want your younger brothers and your younger sisters and your cousins and your in-laws to keep asking you for money, get them into these classes. If you don't want your children to finish university and they're still wondering what they're meant to be doing in life, get them into these classes. It doesn't matter whether your child is in university right now or they've graduated, get them here. I promise you, if they can see this through, they will be blessed. If you can see through, look at the topics under each of these areas. This is worth your 12 weeks, everyone. This is definitely worth your 12 weeks as a person. And of course, on the machine learning side, also on the AI side. So this is for both technical and non-technical people. It is for both the technical people and the non-technical people are going to gain a lot, right, from these sessions. Once again, thank you, everyone. We're going to be doing this next week. Everybody go online and look for this gentleman. He used to work for me a long time ago. The guy has gone ahead and has become a global phenomenon. I call him Inkem. That's what I call him, Inkem. Because that's his native name. But he lives in Canada now. Where this guy has gotten to globally. This is I think the first guy in the entire West Africa. I mean, I used to teach him databases, and then he went ahead. This is the first guy, I think, across the whole of West Africa to become an Oracle certified master. That qualification is on another level. It's a different thing. It's not Oracle certified database administrator like that. He moved from the guy that I used to train to the guy that when it comes to his line of work, the technical work, if he says, roll on the floor, I will roll 10 times. He's indeed whom I call my pride and my joy. He's a global expert. So we're going to have our first mentor day. And indeed, it is my utmost pleasure to have Nkem, Dr. Michael Honora, to lead that particular session. He's not on this call. I'm sure he's sleeping. It is probably 5 or 6 o'clock in Toronto where he lives, I believe. All right? but he's going to be here. It's going to be a brilliant day. All right. So please join us. We intentionally put it on a day that is public holiday in Nigeria. Well, it's not public holiday on that day in Ghana. I'm sure you will learn a lot from him. You can look for him on LinkedIn. He's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy. I can tell you that. He's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy. It'll be nice to have all of you join on that public holiday. You will learn a lot. You will learn, I can tell you, learn how somebody can pick up something from Microsoft Access to SQL Server to Oracle. I think last year I was telling me of some global migration that he did to some database like that, like just completely like the kinds of things it says. I only read about them. I've never experienced those kinds of things. The level at which he does the work that he does is on another level. He's worked with IBM, he's worked with Oracle. I mean, from Microsoft Access, that same Microsoft Access that Transformation College held a class. And a big thank you to the trainer that does John, that does all our Microsoft Office classes. From Microsoft Access, right under my nose, this gentleman has become a global phenomenon. Please join me. This is a reel from cradle to to its height. Join us on Thursday next week. Sure, it'll be a brilliant session. You will enjoy. So it will be 11 o'clock in Ghana time. They should have put WAT on this. Okay. So lastly for me, second to the last, a big thank you. Without these people, we can't do this section. So please, everybody, a round of applause in the chat room for them. A round of applause in the chat room, everybody, for these people. It is impossible. This Transformation College would have still been a dream, a pipe dream in my mind without these people. So everybody, please help me say a big thank you to them in the chat room, everyone. Say a big thank you to these guys. They toil, they work morning, afternoon, night to ensure that this school runs. The school runs because if anything works, it's because somebody's working it. These are the people that are working Transformation College. I'm grateful to them, and I think all of us, we should also say thank you to them. Okay? This is beyond just their salary. It's also their labor of love for the vision of the school and even for humanity. So it's their labor of love for both the vision of Transformation College and even for humanity in itself. So once again, a thank you to all of you. Big one, Edith, Mercy, Boma, Emmanuel, and Damola. Thank you very much. God bless you for the great work that all of you put into running the core of this school. And of course, all the back office people, Wisdom, Aureolua, Esther, and all the people who support them from an accounting perspective, from HR, they're part of our own organization. So once again, please help me say thank you to them, right? Over the next 12 weeks, they're going to be working very hard to ensure that the classes go well. They donate their weekends. If I tell my normal employee to do anything on weekends, it's a big challenge. But these people donate literally every Saturday of the year to this work that we do. So once again, I appreciate you all, gentle men and ladies. So once again, I'm begging you, this summer program, see it through. See it through. Get your son. One of my friends got his son to complete it last year. No, what am I saying? Two of my friends, they got their kids to complete it. Those kids, they're better off for it right now. Both, I think one of them was already in year one, the other one was not yet in university. Those people, they're better off as at today. They've put the right foundation in for their both life and work future. You would thank me, you would thank Transformation College, and you would thank yourself even most importantly, if you see this through. So once again, So all the entities who lead all these organizations, thank you very much, everyone. All our trainers are coming from these organizations. No, not all, most of them. And some of them are my personal friends. Some of them are consultants. Some of them, they went to the same secondary school, the same university, all sorts of people that are my personal friends that support what it is that we're doing here. Thank you to all of them and all the trainers that will be involved and all our supporters. As I said, I would have been surprised if I didn't see Richard on this call and Rick. Some of them, there's nothing that we do. They're always there. You guys, thank you very much for your support. We appreciate you all. Many others. It's not just them. Mercy and Edith I'm sure they can type all the key people. There's nothing that we do that they're not supporting us. They're pretty much like our advertising arm, so to speak. Once again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for listening to me. And I hope to see you in the classes. And hopefully I'll also see many more persons even at the on the graduation day, which I believe is the 30th of August. I believe on a Saturday like this, we will graduate. And I'm hoping we will at least have 150 to 200 people who will graduate from this course. Once again, thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. Thank you. Edith, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor, for the way you have taken this session. It has given us the very detailed overview of what we are to expect for the next 11, 12 weeks. And I know that everybody on the call is ready and fired up. And I know the determination is 100% right now.
It is frozen, so we hope that all of the engineers here, they will fix the electricity sector, they will fix the telecommunications sector. We hope everybody here will end up fixing various sectors over time, because you can see it's either some kind of electricity problem or network problem. The quality of service that we get from our telecommunication partners globally. So, but everybody, before we go, can I get your big takeaway today, everybody? Can I please get one takeaway for yourself as a person? Everybody, GU147, Ayobami, all right, everybody. I want everybody. Everybody, please, what is your big takeaway? Adewumi, thank you to all our employees. Samuel, Fadero, Alam, Ayo, everybody. What is your big takeaway for today? Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson, for all the great work that you did in helping ensure that people from your network, they register and they attend. And that is my payment for today, everybody. I want your takeaway. I want your big takeaway, everybody. Richard, thank you very much. Bright, thank you very much. Dr. Nwosu, thank you. Olayinka, thank you. Please, what is your takeaway? Aya, thank you very much. Yes, clear distinction between knowledge and skills. Clear, non-ambiguous distinction between knowledge and skills. Everybody, quickly, let's do this. Let's do this. Please, Mercy and others, share the registration link again. Okay, I still want to read takeaways from everybody. Yes, ethical results. Leadership is about ethical results. Absolutely. I stand by it any and everywhere. I will tell you that leadership is about ethical results and working with people. You can't say I'm a leader and you're delivering results and you're doing it all by yourself. That means you're a very efficient person, but that is you as a person. You don't qualify to become a leader or to be called a leader. If I did everything that we're doing here today by myself, without Edith, without the entire team, then I'm not qualified to be called a leader. The reason why I can be called a leader is that I'm not working alone. I'm working with people and we're achieving ethical results. So I can't be called, you can't be called or referred to as a leader if you don't deliver a result ethically and through people. It's got to be the combination of those things. Thank you very much, Blessing. Oh, thank you very much, Blessing. Business analysis is a skill for all of us. All of us. Yes, thank you, Gab. Thank you, Gab. If you don't apply, then it's done nothing. If you don't apply, then nothing. All right? Yes, thank you, Yinka, once again. Alberta, thank you very much for being here. Get your mosque members, your church members, your cousins. School starts next week, everyone. Proper school starts next week. I expect Ghanaians, Nigerians. I live one portion of my life in Ghana. I live the other portion in Nigeria and in other places. All right. Yes, thank you very much. Right, absolutely. The background for you to say you do business, you're going to be a great project manager is that you've got excellent business analysis skills. That is not going to change. That cannot change. So that's important. Once again, can I hear from others very quickly as we bring this to a close? Edith, are you back? The future belongs skilled, absolutely. First, I will share the presentation for today. We'll share the presentation with you. We will also share the link. We'll share the link with you. Okay, absolutely. Dr. Nwosu, once again, thank you very much. Festus, thank you. Okay, who else is here? Can I hear from others? Michael, Ugochukwu, everybody. Christian, I just want to hear your thoughts, everyone. Samuel, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Absolutely. The personal empowerment skills is for life. It's not for some people. It's for life. Okay. Once again, what is your big takeaway? Nancy, thank you very much. Yes, absolutely. Nancy, thank you. Thank God. Thank you very much. Who else is here? Who else is here? Who else is here? Can I get your big takeaway? No, as a person. Absolutely. Communication skills is important. It's not that, sometimes people make us feel that communication skills is only important in the church and in the mosque. It's the pastors or the alphas or the mosque leaders or that need communication skills. All of us need excellent communication skills. I promise you, you will not get to where you're meant to get to in life without great communication skills, both written and spoken. Okay? Ifeoluwa, thank you. Absolutely. In all your getting, everybody, put this here already. In all your getting, make sure that you get skills. Ensure that you get skills. And then hopefully, over time, your skills will turn into expertise. Right? Over time, your skills will turn into expertise. Don't be like the average African, that the focus for them is always about knowledge and qualifications. Those things are important. Those things are important. However, skills make you global. I worked in the UK before. I was more, a lot of the people that were my seniors, I was more qualified, but they were definitely better skilled. Yeah, Millicent, thank you very much. Thank you, tenacity. So we're going to do the session on grit. We're going to do the session on grit. Failure is not the end. It's not final. I've seen people transform their lives from they failed in one area, but that was not the end of their lives. That was not the end of their lives. Okay? Once again, thank you very much. Edith, are you back? Is Edith back by any chance?
Yes. Thank you very much
Okay.
for holding forth. My network glitched and yanked me off the call. So thank you very much, Doc, for holding for me. And so I was only going to take the remaining announcements and we wrap up for the day. And yes, so Doctor has already mentioned our mentor day, and we're using this opportunity to ask everyone to join us on the call on the said day. Emmanuel, can you please share the registration link to this program in the chat room? If you have not already done that, please share in the chat room. All right, do well to register and be with us on the 12th of June while we have a good time listening to Dr. Michael and every other activities that we have lined up for the day. All right, so please feel free to visit our website, email us or call us if you have any inquiries and any clarifications whatsoever, be it for this program or for any other program that we offer at Transformation College. Feel free to reach out to us and we will be glad to assist you. And of course, yes, I want to talk about our YouTube channel. Doctor has already mentioned this earlier. All our programs and classes are uploaded to our YouTube channel, and the link would be shared in the Telegram group once the programs are uploaded, so you can go and rewatch and relearn, right? So for those who wish to participate or to learn from both programs, both the AI program and this particular ISO program, business analysis, project management course, you can simply go to our YouTube channel, depending on on which program you've registered, and then watch the other one. So meaning you are present in one class and later on you go to YouTube channel and watch the other. So you can grab both ends if you can do that. All right, so we have come to the end of our special kickoff, or call it launch, of our summer program today. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time having every one of you on the call. Thank you for your patience, and we cannot wait to start the program proper next week. So please, kickoff time is 9:30 a.m. Try to be on time. We wouldn't want to keep people on the call while we wait for others to join the call. And we would want to, you've seen the way the program is segmented. It's important we keep to time so we don't encroach onto the other time slot for other segments of the program for the day. So thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to having you again on the call next week, Saturday. Enjoy your holiday, enjoy the weekend, stay happy, stay blessed, and we see you.